exciting. And speaking of not necessarily the most exciting, Duro subbing in and then playing Execute's champion is kind of weird, but he's still going to do so.
Yeah.
The metal pants going to be taken out of the closet. They can possibly still win. Let's dive onto the Rift for game 1.
It kind of costs Telecom more in a stadium. Of course you're watching that, but only real ones are here right now watching Bro BNK. And Bro Nongship, that's a deep cut, Atlas. That's the hipsters of the LCK. They can say, I was there when some of the greatest League of Legends of our time was played.
But I had to change my name.
Is it the name you still have on...
yes,
yeah,
everywhere else.
Sense. Yeah. I think Atlas was a good choice.
I think it was fine. But there's a hook. That's going to connect here as Polo is just going to collect the Rel. And unfortunately for Duro, it is not the kind of debut first blood that he was aiming for.
Welcome to the LCK, Duro.
Yeah.
Gets found. And Polo's had a lot of moments that left me scratching my head, but I also want to applaud him just a little bit. In the Dutch, there's an expression where if you try and, build someone up, you say you break a lance for them, which I think is a really cool expression.
I do like that one as well, as Duro's going to immediately make up for this situation. He's burning Karis down. Close is going to be able to lock that one up. And so as you were saying, as Duro comes back and just immediately answers that first blood, because I know it's a bad thing. Okay, we're not still on the side of BNK. They do manage to get the knock-up onto Polu, but Duro is just dead once again. This Talia is being very pesky as, oh my goodness, just needs a slightly longer anchor. A couple of extra chains there for Polu.
One of the other questions that I had coming into this is that Ezreal on the previous patch was mostly a counter pick, and he was still quite strong, right? We saw Pays already pop off on him, but it wasn't necessarily the highest of prios because his laning phase could still be considered weak after the buffs. So I don't think that this is entirely due to the matchup. Do want to highlight that, but it does fit into the larger trend of I think the Ezreal priority is just going to keep rising throughout this patch as people more and more realize that he legitimately just wins.
Just Essence Flux and then Arcane Shift randomly in their direction somewhat, and then they take half of their health bar. That seems a bit silly. As okay, Duro going to go aggressive. Envy offering a fair bit of damage back as Youngjae making his way in and Duro realizing it's not great, but still, Raptor's here this time, finds the wind, becomes lightning, and that is going to be the Crescent Guard to keep him safe. There's the flash out as Raptor goes down extremely low. Envy's flashing forward, looks for the Mystic Shot, but it's going to be blocked there by the heroes. And Karis just clearing out wave after wave. Very even in the mid lane. Nothing really to report on outside of the fact that there is 50% less on the flash cooldown. 4 grubs over to BNK though. Bro just not interested in grubs. It's just not... oh, unless Youngjae wants to be able to find one here as Morgan picks up a rock, throws it over. There's the Impale to connect onto Raptor, who's going to get slammed into the wall. Karis comes on over. That is so much damage. Morgan's almost able to get something done, but Youngjae gets himself out of there, and that is a kill going over to Polu as well. They'll take 1 grub for their trouble and 2 kills on top of it. And can Bro find themselves a team fight? That's the question, as Envy not exactly in the area, and that is just the steal away. That is going to be Arrow connecting, and Youngjae is stunned for a very long time. Raptor comes over and executes him, but turret does actually fall elsewhere on the map. Bottom lane outer does go down as now Morgan's just trying to be that brick wall. He just drives his way out. And Clear not going to be able to catch anybody else. So they sacrifice Youngjae, they get themselves 2 dragons, and they also grab first brick. I think it's still probably an advantage for Bro.
Maybe that was an angle for Closer to try and go for a big play. Would like a dive on Karis here.
Yeah, see what they can get done here. Good Fear is going to connect onto Closer. He looks for the Emperor's Divide, but I don't even think he really needs it as Raptor tanks up the turret just long enough, and they're able to take down the Hui. So nice little shot back here for BNK on the bottom side.
See what he ends up going as Raptor is in top now.
Yeah, Morgan is trying to run away. Wind becomes lightning. Morgan just looking for that wall. And speaking of walls, the Talia is going to give one. That is going to be the all-out as Morgan not going to get thrown back because that's his teammate's seismic shove. It doesn't matter though. Youngjae just not able to save him. Magnus Storm connects onto 2 here as Closer is making his way up the mid lane. Interrupted there by Polo, but Envy, he's still going to go down. And I think Polo's immediately going to follow. BNK finding multiple things all over this map and completely evening out the game. And then we potter around for a little bit. There might be another Baron that happens somewhere, doesn't win the game. And then we are, you know, Soul territory. There's a big fight for that one, not conclusive. And now the arrow is going to hit onto Polo. And it's going to be a fling back onto Duro. Doesn't really do too much as Morgan makes his way in. Envy trying to find it here as they look for Karis. He does get the shield, and now Duro is down exceptionally low, but it does not matter. Raptor's able to get in there, CC's up the Ezreal, and now Karis is behind enemy lines. And they've just given up wondering about it. They're just going to let him go, and now it is going to be B&K Fearex taking the Drake. And as we know, Bro's response is, it's just one, it's fine.
But your biggest weakness is if they actually get on top of you. And for Brion, that's the main thing they need to avoid is, oh boy, I don't know if they're going to be able to here.
Yeah, looking for the dive as that's a phenomenal arrow once again from Hannah. Karis going to be the first one to go down. Duro is taking a fair bit of damage, but otherwise he is going to be absolutely fine. Empress Divide lands onto 2. True Shot Barrage will be able to take down Duro, but he does not care. He's done his job, and that is going to be a double for Closer, and B&K can just do no wrong.
That is going to be the Nash surely here, Atlas.
Closer's going to come down. I think he should be able to take this inner as well, and only further extending that gold advantage that they've built up for themselves.
Really optimal use of Nash, you know, just power up the wave so that you have prio in mid so that you can just run towards the dragon. It's peak. They get the bot side turret as well, and this is obviously still a really good Red Bull Baron power play here.
Because it's not so good if you're not really far ahead. And B&K, are they far enough ahead? That's the question. Closer goes golden. Emperor's Divide comes down. He keeps himself alive. The more is going to come through, but Karis had to flash for it. And I think even though they took down the Azir, they got rid of a few of those pages. That book's going to be forgotten because B&K is still going to get the Baron. And, well, eventually they'll move back and realize that it's pretty much gone.
Maybe we don't have time for the conversation. I don't think Duro's I don't think that's a right media. I wouldn't go that far. His team fighting has actually...
No, I just have a feeling really that right media is going to go there. I'm not saying it's the right media is bad.
Well, okay, but
that's where I'm thinking.
Yeah, but right media as a vibe is not where you want to be in life. Right? This might be it.
Another one. Karis has tanked so many of these. Is all right. Here's the Hail Mary. It's being wound up. Morgan, can you get it done? Polu is already dead. The seismic shove is going to get Zhonya's. And now Raptors dove in, the all-out from Clear. He's going to get to work on these turrets as Closer just shifts the sands, gets himself all the way out of there, and Morgan is saved for last. Young Jay is on the fountain. They'll spare him, but they will spare no one else as B&K will take down Bro in game 1. And that was where the game was done. At least it's an easy VOD review.
It's the easiest highlight one of your life.
Oh, yeah.
Back to back to back.
Yeah.